Hi, this is a new episode of Who is That Guy? Who is That Guy is a new feature from Sim Racing Online, and it is an attempt to get to know the drivers a little bit better because normally all you see of a driver is a little bit of chat in the forum and a car racing on the racetrack. But there is, of course, a real life driver sitting behind the computer and the steering wheel. And today we have in our program Ricardo Gomes. How are you doing, Ricardo?
Hi, how are you, John?
Yes. Are
Thanks
you,
for the invite, John.
well, you're very welcome. We're very glad to have you. And are you ready for a little bit of soul searching in your sim racing life?
Yes, I am. Yes, I
Okay.
am.
We're going to start with question number one. We're going to do 10 or 11
Okay.
questions.
Okay.
And the first question is a little bit general, and after that we're going to do a little bit more psychology in your
Oh,
in
my
your
favorite
sim
stuff.
yeah, in your sim racing soul. We're going to look right inside
Okay.
your sim racing soul and see what makes you tick.
Okay.
So, the first question is how old are you? What kind of work do you do? Are you married? Do you have children? And from what country are you? So, let's start
Okay.
with the first.
Then,
What is your age?
my age,
Yeah,
40 years old,
40 years old. Okay.
single. I'm not married.
No? Do you have any
I
children?
Not yet,
Not
but
yet.
soon to be born. Soon to be born. I hope. I
Okay.
hope.
And what kind of work do you do?
I'm a part-time teacher and I'm a PhD student.
Ah,
That's why I'm a part-time teacher.
what do you
Just to pay
teach?
the bills. I teach in Portuguese, in Portugal we would say secundário school, that high school
Yeah?
before college. I teach psychology
Yeah?
and philosophy,
And you are from Portugal.
and I'm Portuguese.
Exactly. Okay. Going on. How did you start sim racing and with what game did you start?
Okay. Sim racing. Since my father bought me in Andorra a Spectrum,
Yeah?
I always loved the car games. Then I had a PC. I drove the test drive
Yeah?
and other games of the time, like Pollution, I think it was the name.
What year was
Then
that?
uh, something like 1990, 1991.
Oh, so you've been sim racing for a long time now.
No, no, no. That's the thing. I think I really started sim racing just 2 years ago
Ah,
because I didn't think of myself as a sim racer as I do now.
okay.
In 2002, I bought my first wheel.
Yeah?
It was a Microsoft with force feedback.
Okay.
With force feedback, I think it was a Sidewinder model.
Yeah?
I mostly played Colin McRae Rally,
Ah, okay.
but I think of those days not as me being a sim racer as I do now. And in being this the case, I
Yeah?
think I started my sim racing career slash addiction in race to play about 1.5, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, so you started racing online 2 years ago.
Online in R Factor 1, yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay, what was your favorite sim and why was that your favorite sim?
Right now,
Yeah, right now.
R Factor 2.
Okay, and why? Why do you like that more than anything else?
The only real experience that I have, I was never a pilot. I'm a boring philosophy student and teacher who happens to have a father who loves racing.
Yeah?
It took me to watch many races in the past.
Aha.
He always loved to have really fast cars, or in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And the only experience in racing that I have, it's a few track days
Yeah.
that I went with my cars.
Okay.
I had a Honda Type R, we say in Portugal.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nice car, front wheel drive.
Ah.
And I think that are factors to physics when the the combo is perfect
Mm-hmm.
is the most how can I say, feels to me like it's the most accurate sim.
It feels similar to the cars that you drove like your
Not
father.
not similar because I think the BTCC mod and the Honda mod from ESI tends to exaggerate a little bit on the wheels on the front.
Ah.
But if we try to forget that it's just a computer trying to figure out what is the most correct physics,
Yeah.
and if I try to think in the fact that I'm only sitting on a chair behind a desk
Mm-hmm.
looking at three monitors
Not moving.
and not moving, I think R Factor 2 is the one sim that makes me forget that more often.
Ah. So R
You know,
Factor 2
when
comes the
yes,
closest.
for me, yeah.
Yeah.
And the last 10 minutes of the last race we did together,
For the DTM.
yes, I wasn't in my living room.
Ah.
And that's for me R Factor 2 in this sense tricks me, fools me best.
Yeah, you were fully immersed, you mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's the right word.
I'll
Yes.
tell you a secret.
Yeah.
I totally forgot as well that I was in my living room.
It can't get better than that, I think.
Yeah, we
I
had a
think.
lot of fun those last 10 minutes.
Yes, we did.
So for the listeners, Ricardo and I recently last Sunday I think did a URD DTM race at Toban in the R Factor 2 sim, and in the last 10 minutes we were very close together, bumper to bumper, and we
Yeah.
were fighting for
Yeah.
second place. Ricardo
Very fun.
won.
Very fun.
Yeah, but it
I won because there isn't much room to overtake, and
no,
if you know the track, you just know where you need to be, because you were much faster. You had fresher tires, and and you
exactly.
and you did the fastest lap of the race,
Yeah,
uh, trying to. I don't know if you already behind me or trying to get me, but I know you were coming
yeah.
and very fast. But the track is very difficult. Very difficult.
Because your tires were worn, weren't they?
My tires were
Old.
gone, my friend. Gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
You
Gone.
were on your last Red Bull box.
Gone because in the previous race I did the race with the soft PH tires,
Yeah.
and then in the forum someone told or I misunderstood that he had some friends who told him that the race tires were the soft ones, and the soft PH were the qualifying tires.
But that was BS.
Yes,
Bullshit.
yes.
Yeah.
I think so too. That's why I told in the forum that I think you're right.
Yeah.
In fact, I know you're right. Soft tires are the race tires.
Did you also start on the soft tires like me?
No, I always I drove the two Staints.
Yeah.
I think this is the name, with soft tires.
Ah, okay.
Well, they did fine for the first 3 4 laps, and then they were gone.
Yeah, but now we've learned. Next time I'm
Yeah.
going out
No,
on the soft
and I
PAs.
think I made a mistake. I said that soft tires are the tires for the race. No,
Yeah,
it's the other way around.
exactly.
Soft
Yeah.
pH are the tires for the race.
Well, you live, you learn, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
What is your favorite track and why?
Favorite track. Okay, that would. Can I say two?
Yeah, you can say
Uh,
two. You can say three if you like.
no, two. Two.
Okay.
Estoril.
Estoril.
Estoril. Exactly. This 2009 version and also the 1988 version.
But of what sim? Of what game?
R Factor 2.
R Factor 2. Okay.
And if I had to choose just one,
Yeah.
uh, even being Portuguese, my favorite track would have to be Donington Park.
Oh, and why is that special for you?
I don't know because try try driving the URD mode
Yeah.
uh, in that track in R Factor 2 is
Hmm.
just perfect.
You mean
Perfect.
the URD DTM?
No, the URD GT.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
combination is that mod in these tracks.
Isn't it a shame that most people don't come to any series of that because it's payware? It's a little
Listen,
bit left out.
um, uh, how can I say? Yes, I agree, but I thought that way too in the so I forgive them.
Well, that's very generous of you, Ricardo.
I for I forgive them.
Guys, you are all absoluted by Ricardo for not paying for the
No, because
URD.
you're right. It's
It's a threshold for people to
yeah.
to drive the car because they have to pay. But okay, moving on.
Okay.
Yes. Uh, what goes through your mind when you attack a corner? And I'm talking about your driving style and how do you set up the car. So you come hurtling down the track. You have a technical corner in front of you. What goes through your mind in going as efficient and fast through that corner as you can? So I'm talking about balancing the car and do you worry about the ride height or is it an instinctive thing for you or
No, I do it all by feel.
yeah.
I can, to be honest, when I started racing in race to play, when you only drive offline and when you go online for the first time, or either you are very, 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 very good, or you
Hmm.
understand, or you see in that day that you have much to learn.
Yeah.
And race to play was the place where I began racing. And
Okay.
for me, I can detect or try to formalize my racing experience in three stages so far.
Okay, tell them.
Stage one, I don't know how to set up the car, and even if I did, I don't know what is going on with the car. Second stage, I knew the car was doing something wrong, something it shouldn't be doing, or something the car did and I didn't want the car to do.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to resolve the situation.
Okay.
Now I think I'm a little bit aware of what the car should be doing and is not doing, and am beginning to see what can be done and how it can be done or how it should be done to make the car better
In the
for a
setup.
track, yeah,
Yeah.
or to make a car better to accommodate my kind of driving. So to answer your question, maybe it's a little bit by feel. You
Yeah.
know, I'm working mostly right now on the differential part.
Ah, okay.
That was a big mystery for me in the past, but I see another mystery still is tire pressure.
Yeah.
I'm a total ignorant in tire pressure, and I know it's the uh, I read once that it's a setup mostly disregarded by many, but it's in fact one of the most important.
Absolutely true. Yeah. Agreed.
To answer your question, I don't know. It's a little bit by feel,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think about the car doing what I don't know, maybe stupid, but the car doing what I ask the car to do.
Yeah. And you also know how to tweak the settings to make the car do what you would like it to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Because there are also a lot of guys that who just drive the default setup. Maybe because they don't understand how to work the setup. That is a
no,
possibility.
no. For me to try and make the car better by messing with the setup was in day present in day one.
Ah,
But I, I passed from many stages. The stage I messed with the setup, and I didn't know what I was doing. The car was fast in the first two laps, but it ended the tires,
hmm.
and then the guys passed me, and I knew. And the next stage, I didn't touch the setup, but then the
Hmm.
car was not doing what this was supposed to do. The gear ratios. I think it's a life learning,
Yeah,
maybe.
it's an experience thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. I don't
yeah.
know.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
How do you react when things go wrong? So you're
It
sitting
dep
in the car and someone spun in front of you and you hit him and you lost your splitter and you have to go into the pits. What 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 is
it
going on
it
in your head
depends. It
mentally?
it depends. I had some pretty nasty behaviors in the past, but
Yeah,
mostly I try to think that it's another guy
yeah,
driving the car. If I hit the guy, n- the most times I let him recover, give him back his position, and try to overtake
yeah.
him
But do you
later.
lose your motivation or are you even more determined to get back on top?
No, listen, everybody wants to win, and I would be a hypocrite if I said otherwise.
Yeah,
But listen, I had more fun battling for second position in the second race of the DTM series than I did in the first race. So I can have fun just battling for positions
mm-hmm.
fifth or sixth.
Yeah.
So no, I think I don't lose the motivation. No.
Okay, that's clear. Next question.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, this is basically answered already. Uh, but I'm gonna ask the question anyway.
Okay.
When you race, do you have a killer instinct, or is it just a game for you?
No, it's not. It's not just a game.
Tell me.
Uh, without getting into the human psychology,
Well, I don't
it
mind.
it would be boring.
Yeah,
But we are competitive beings,
yeah.
sentient beings.
Mm-hmm.
We can answer to one's self in different kinds of ways. Listen. I can be battling with myself or I can be battling with another.
Yeah.
For me to race without the point of winning, it might be against me to be a better sim racer,
Mhm.
to beat my time or to beat another guy.
Yeah.
If one tells me that he doesn't uh, uh, if he tells me he doesn't need to win to have fun, one thing. If he tells me that's indifferent, uh, I tend to disagree because it would be like for me to finish my thesis and say that I didn't bother if no one read it,
Ah.
or a writer that writes and he doesn't give a damn if the book is not good
I
and the
see.
people doesn't buy it.
Yeah.
No, it's not true. It's not true.
So you
And
believe that the basic
that's the pretty fun part of it.
yeah. Well, I agree with you. If I enter a race, the the thing that foremost comes to mind is winning,
Of course.
of course. But then, and that's me, if I see that that isn't possible because I've spun or someone hit me or I made a bad mistake myself, then I can have a lot of fun just going back through the field and trying to get as
Exactly.
high as
Exactly.
possible. Yeah.
Exactly.
But that's
The fu-
also a kind of winning, isn't it? Car by
exactly.
car.
Is that exactly?
Yeah.
The first
Okay.
race in the DTM series, I went to last place.
Mhm.
In the first race of the DTM series, after the turn one crash, I went to last place.
Yeah.
But the mod is so good. This DTM mod is
It is good, isn't it?
it's
I
very
had a
good.
lot of fun with it.
Very good. Very
Yes,
good.
and it's URD, so how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What's the next question?
Okay.
Um, what strategy do you use when you are behind another driver and you are clearly faster than him, but he's defending so well that you can't pass? So what strategy do you use then?
To be honest, I think I'm too much an emotive kind of person.
Yeah?
Uh,
You mean emotional?
Emotional kind of
Yeah?
person, and the rational part tends to be overwhelmed by the emotive one, the emotional one.
Yeah?
I I guess I don't have any strategy. I know sometimes I should be just waiting.
Yeah?
Is in front, I'm behind. The most From my experience in sim racers, we are not professional drivers. When you are following a guy, he is most likely to make a mistake than you.
Mm-hmm. Because of the
My
pressure.
mind, of course, of the pressure,
Yeah.
also, my mind would say something like, "Be cool, be patient,
Mm-hmm.
let him burn his tires, let him make a mistake." But,
Well,
but, but,
that's a strategy.
but not me. I try to pass him as soon as
Straight
I
away.
can, right away.
Uh,
Not very clever, I know, but I'm trying to overcome that
hmm.
flaw.
So do you hang back for like say 1 or 2 laps just to see if he makes a mistake and you can get by easy, or do you go for this attack straight away?
Well, I'm trying to learn to take it easy.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
I don't know. I know the interview is with me, but you are a sim racer for how long? You probably one of the race to play oldest members. No, 2008.
Well, Race to Play started in 2006, I believe, and I joined in 2008, 2 years
So,
later.
so,
Yeah,
so you could tell me it's a learning process, right? It's
yeah,
a, we,
absolutely.
I don't have any
I'm
professional
embarrassed to talk about
experience.
my mistakes from the past.
We have to learn it all from for oneself.
Yeah,
I,
everyone
I
has to go through that process.
no, but there are people, that there are a group or three or four or five friends. They live mostly nearby.
Yeah,
They influence one another. They teach one another. In my
yeah.
case, no. I went to the houses cellar. At a place in
The
the
seller,
building
yeah,
cellar.
yeah.
I tried my old wheel. I played with R Factor, accidentally looked for some servers,
Mm-hmm.
entered a server, the a server where the guys were always playing the same tracks in the same Megan R Factor
Yeah.
1 mod. And then one day entered a guy, Portuguese guy. I think his name, I recall his name, Luis Almeida.
Yeah.
He made
Luis Almeida. Yeah, I know
yeah,
him. Yeah.
made many series in Race to Play,
Yeah.
and he asked me if I was Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
As I said yes, and he invited me to go there. And in 3 months, I had a different wheel.
Aha. He was advising you.
The Microsoft had a nasty pedals, so I
Mm.
bought a second-hand Logitech G25, and I went from
That's a
there.
good
Never
wheel.
stopped.
That's a very good wheel. What wheel do you drive now?
I have a T300,
Yeah.
and uh, the last 2 months or 2 months and a half, I have a Club Sports Fanatec version 1 pedals
Yeah.
with the load cell that
That's very good.
how can I say, no advice, I recommend to everyone.
The load cells.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
For
a
the braking.
game changing.
Yeah. Well, that's maybe for another time. Let's move on. Where so I first asked you what kind of strategy do you use when you are behind someone and you're clearly much faster, but when it's the other way around, when you are in front and someone who is behind you is much faster than you, what kind of strategy do you use then?
It depends. If the track is like Silverstone or Spa,
Yeah.
I just move out of the way uh, because it I can't do anything.
Okay, now you're in first place. What do you do? What do you do then?
Yeah,
And it's short before the finish. Five five laps before the finish, you're in first place. There's
it's
someone behind
listen,
you.
listen.
Okay, I'm
Uh,
listening.
if the last race we did together was in Spa, you were way faster than me in that at that point of the race.
Yeah,
It wouldn't matter what I did. You would pass me on the biggest straight or
because the
what
track was wider there.
exactly.
Yeah.
If it's a track like Toban, the strategy is simple.
Mm-hmm. I've
If you know
noticed.
if you know the track, you know all the points that are where your opponent might overtake you.
Hmm.
And if you know all these points, you just have to put your card there because since you are in front, the line is yours to choose. So not much, not much more than that.
Hmm. You know what my strategy was when I was behind you?
No.
My strategy was to put a lot of pressure on you. Not so much to overtake you, but to make you think I was trying to overtake you. So I put a lot of pressure on your rear bumper, staying very close behind, and I was just trying to force you into a mistake or overdriving.
Mm.
Because I knew that the track was so narrow that there would be a very small chance for me to overtake you. And the only way I could have overtake you was if you made a mistake. But you were so consistent all the way that I never really got a chance to get alongside you. Or only once, but that didn't work. I never really got a chance to get alongside your car. So you are a pretty good defender.
No, no, it's I know the track, and I went from there.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do the last question now.
Okay.
The last question is, well, we've talked about this already, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Okay.
Uh, what is more important for you, to win the race or to have a good fight in lower positions?
It it depends on the driving I'm fighting with.
Hmm. Explain.
Yeah. Without you, don't get this the wrong way, but
Mm-hmm.
um, I enjoyed much more the second race in DTM because I was fighting you.
Yeah.
The first race, all that stuff happened in the beginning, and so and so and so. Yeah, okay,
Hmm.
but to ev- everyone wants to win, and that's a
Mm-hmm.
fact. But those 10 minutes when you forgot you are in your living room, and I listen, I know you are in sim racing for 5 times the time I am, so I knew you wouldn't do nothing stupid.
I did my
So
best.
so we had fun.
Yeah.
F- Uh, of course, I wanted to win.
Mm-hmm.
Win over you, of course. But those 10 minutes, I was racing.
Yeah.
And
We sure were. Because I also had races where I was in the lead by 30, 40, 50 seconds. And those races are so boring. You're just looking at the clock from when the hell is it going to end?
yeah,
But if you're fighting for positions, as you said, for example, the last 10 minutes of the race we did last Sunday, then you're so immersed into the game. That is what the fun is all about. So I
yeah,
completely understand
true.
what you're saying.
Agree,
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. Well, that was the last question, Ricardo. It,
Okay,
it was a very
thank you,
nice interview,
thank you. I
and
enjoyed it.
I appreciate the fact that you took the invitation. And I hope to see you on the racetrack very soon, and hopefully we can repeat some more action.
Hope we do.
Okay,
Thank you, John.
goodbye.
Thank you, John.